Alright guys, so I've had the iPhone 4S for a little over a week, and I thought it was about time to do a review and give you my opinion of it. So I'll start off talking about the design and what they changed on the insides, then I'll go ahead and go into iOS 5 and how it's implemented on the 4S, then I'll talk about the camera, do some comparisons, and then I'll wrap it up and give you my opinion. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so if you've seen an iPhone 4, then you have pretty much seen an iPhone 4S. They look exactly the same. If you've seen the Verizon iPhone 4, then that's exactly what the iPhone 4S looks like. You have the antenna bands on the top and the bottom, opposed to the AT&T version, which had them kind of skewed to the side. So that helps with reception, but other than that, it looks exactly the same. So the inside of the iPhone 4S is where everything has changed. We have the new A5 processor, dual core, 1 gigahertz, but it's clocked at 800 megahertz. So it's a little bit slower than it could be, but it's still blazing fast. The battery is same battery, basically, same amount of time, but standby is 100 hours less, and call time is a little bit less. So you're going to get worse battery, technically, but for everyday use, it's not that big of a deal. But just know that it is a little bit less. But you'll see pretty much the same as the iPhone 4. We also have a new camera system, 8 megapixels, and I'll get into that more later. And that's about it for the insides, but all that equals to a much better package, a much faster package. So let's get on to iOS 5. Alright guys, so let's get to the iOS portion of this review. The iPhone 4S comes with iOS 5, which is Apple's latest rendition of the iOS software. There are many new features, over 200, and I'm just going to go over some of the main ones. So of course we get Notification Center, which is a place for all your notifications to be. I don't really have that many because I like to keep this clean, but you will have all your notifications stacked up here, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate what they look like. So now instead of getting the normal pop-up, you will get a square that turns down, which you'll see in a second, and it's just a much cleaner way. It stays out of the way of what you're doing. So any second now, you can see it pops up there, and it'll go away. You don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to hit cancel. You don't have to hit reply or anything, and it makes it very easy to keep on doing what you're doing. And now with Notification Center, all you have to do is swipe down from any app, click on it, and it'll take you right to where you want it to go. So that is very nice. So for your notifications, you go ahead and go into your notifications panel, and you have many more options. You go ahead and, let's say for my messages, I can now choose which way I want to be notified. So I can have the new box, I can have the old way of having the panel pop up, or I can have it not notify me at all. So that's very nice, and you can also turn off your badge icon, your preview, and all that stuff, and you can do that for every app, which is very nice. So it's very customizable, and you can get it just the way you like it. Next we have Newsstand, which is a simple little place for all your magazines and newspapers to go and be organized. You just open it up, and I only have one thing on my iPhone, New York Times, and it's very organized, has its own cool little app icon, and it's very nice for organization purposes. Alright, so next is Reminders. This is a new Reminders app from Apple that it allows you to set simple reminders and tasks that you want to be reminded about and get done throughout the day. So you just add it and do something silly. I'll just do that. And it is very easy, very simple. That's all you have to do. And what's cool is that you can set it to remind you at a certain time, or what I like to do is set at a certain location. So it'll retrieve where you're at, or you can set it wherever you are. Let me cover that up so you don't see my address. Let's go back. And it is very nice. So when I get to my house, it'll remind me, or if I leave my house, it'll remind me. So it's very easy and very nice, and works really well. I use it all the time. One small thing in the addition of iOS 5 is that there is full Twitter integration now. So if I go into one of my pictures and I wanted to tweet out this picture, all I do is go right here. I can go ahead and say tweet, and I can type a message, recording, came out wrong. Recording iPhone 4S video, and I'll go ahead and send that out, and it'll tweet it out, and it should make a little tweety noise just like that, and I like that noise a lot. So very simple, and it works throughout a lot of the native apps. So on the iPhone 4S and the iPad 2, you can wirelessly stream your phone to your Apple TV device. So you're wirelessly mirroring exactly what's on your phone to your Apple TV, which shows up on your TV. So now it's wireless. You could do that with the iPad 2, but you had to have a tether. But now it's wireless, and you can play games, you can watch movies, you can do everything exactly the way it's on your phone. And it transfers sound, which is awesome, and it's very smooth, very fast, as you can see from this video. So one thing people really aren't talking about that Android has had for a long time and is finally now on iOS is the ability to have speech to text. So now you go ahead and click this little microphone, and I can say, well, hold on, let me prepare that properly. So I'll go ahead and say something. I am recording this video for YouTube, and hopefully we'll have it done by the end of the hour period. So I'm recording this video for YouTube, and hopefully we'll have it done by the end of the hour period. So it works extremely well, and it knows almost exactly what you're saying every time. So this is definitely a thumbs up for me. Okay, so one of the biggest features for the iPhone 4S is the addition of Siri, which is your personal assistant. There's a lot of useful things you can do with this, and I use it almost every day, just for simple things that take a lot longer without using it. So we'll go ahead and go in. Who are you, Siri? Just ask a simple question. See what she says.
I'm Siri, but enough about me. How can I help you?
Yeah, so she has a lot of kind of witty and funny answers. So let's get down to stuff that I actually use this for. So I use it for reminding myself to do things, and alarms, and setting appointments and stuff like that. It's extremely useful for that. So I have to get up early tomorrow to go to school, so I'll say, wake me up at 6:45.
Setting the alarm. It's set for 6:45 p.m.
Okay, so it did work. I didn't specify where I want it, AM or PM. It usually works if it's after that time, so it's not after 6:45 here, so it's going to set it to the latest time. So if I do it after 6:45, it'll set it to the AM because that's the next available one. So, but it does work. I wasn't specific enough for it, but you can see it does work, and I can go ahead and turn that off because I don't want that. So then I can say, remind me when I leave my house that I need to get something from the store. And it should remind me, so as you can see, it totally knew what I was saying.
Here's a reminder for when you leave home.
So it says, I need...
Shall I create it?
Cancel. So as you can see, it did everything that I needed it to do, and it went ahead and canceled it. So it works extremely well, and I use it all the time just for simple things like that, because it takes a lot longer to type it out than it does to just use Siri. So that is one of the best features in iOS 5. So now let's talk about the camera. The camera on the iPhone 4S is greatly improved over the 4, and it's a whole new system. We have 8 megapixel camera, 1080p video, image stabilization, face detection. It just all comes together to make one great package. So 8 megapixel stills look amazing. They're way more rich in the color, more real lifelike, and it just looks way better. And the 1080p video is by far the best I've ever seen out of a phone, and compares to some other dedicated cameras, and it's pretty amazing that this is coming out of a phone. So I have some stills and some video to compare from the iPhone 4, and go ahead and check that out now. So as you can see, the camera is amazing compared to the iPhone 4. I remember when the iPhone 4 came out, that was an amazing camera, and the fact that this camera blows that one out of the water really says something. And the colors just look better, they look more vibrant, they look more lifelike, and the video, the stabilization is amazing. So definitely a good upgrade. Alright, so AT&T claims that the new iPhone 4S will get up to 14 megabits per second down on 3G, which is a pretty bold claim and is not completely true. I don't know where they did those tests, but I don't get anywhere near that. But they do say that it should be 2 times as fast, and that I can say is true. When you hold it compared to the iPhone 4, it is definitely way faster on 3G, and it's true to that claim, but 14 megabytes down is not so true. So overall, I think the iPhone 4S is a good upgrade from the 4, and a definite must from the 3G. If you are coming from a 4 and you are just wanting to get the latest and greatest, I would consider waiting, because it's not that big of a difference. But if the things that come with are important to you and you use them every day, then it might be worth the $100 or $200 upgrade. So the iPhone 4S is a good upgrade from the 4, and I do think it's worth it for me personally, just because of the things I use on it. I use the camera a lot, and I like the speed. But if you're coming from 4 and you just wanted to see if you want to upgrade, I think it's worth waiting, because it's $200 for a new phone, and it does the same thing as the 4. It just does it a little bit better, and you can wait a little bit longer. I'm sure the next iPhone will be even better, obviously. So if you can wait, then wait. If you're at the 3GS and you're ready for an upgrade, then definitely go for it. It's something that you can't go wrong with. 3GS compared to the 4S is like, you can't even compare them really. You'll be so much happier with the iPhone 4S. So overall, I think it's a good upgrade. If you have the money and you like the features and you use those features, then I think go ahead and do it. But if you're just a person who likes the iPhone, likes it for the apps, then I would just stick with what you have and just wait for the next one. Or, yeah, just wait for the next one. So that's my review of the iPhone 4S. Hope you guys liked it. Subscribe, that helps a lot. It'd be great if you guys could subscribe. Leave me some comments, those help me a lot too, because it lets me know what you guys are thinking, what you guys like. Like this video, that makes a lot of difference. Makes me happy when I see a like. I don't know why, but it does. So that'd be great if you could do that. Follow me on Twitter at Gonzo3303, and Google Plus will be down below. Add me to one of your circles there. So that's my review of the iPhone 4S. I'll see you guys in the next video.